Hello and welcome to week 7 of PA124. This week we are in chapter 9, but before we go into the book, I wanted to do some housekeeping about a discussion question. This discussion question actually this week is about using good grammatical tools in your writing. I am really interested to hear from you about what you use when you do good writing, because I'm always looking to improve my own writing. And so I would love some tools that you use. One of the tools that I actually use is writing out kind of like a rough draft slash just an outline, basic outline of what I'm going to write about, and then I fill them in. And it seems to make the paper work better, flow better, that kind of stuff. And so I don't have to start by just writing the introduction and then going from there. I actually write an outline of saying, okay, so this will be the start and it will include both topics. Here, this topic is going to be a page and a half. This topic is going to be a page and a half, and then I'll conclude with that. So depending on how long the paper is, that's what helps me to do my outline, and I just outline it like that. So I hope that helps you to get started. That's a grammatical tool that I use. So I'd love to hear from what you guys are thinking about. Chapter 9 is about phrases, clauses, and sentences. And so let's just go ahead and dive in about what a phrase is. Phrases are groups of words that are related but do not contain both a subject and a verb and do not form a complete thought. I do a lot of phrases. A lot of people say, what are you talking about? Complete your thought. I hear that a lot. So phrases must be right up my alley, right? In the garage, to run the mile, having eaten all the dessert. Sentences may contain prepositional phrases and verbal phrases, but do not contain a subject and a verb. So it says in chapter 8, you learn that a prepositional phrase begins with preposition, ends with one or more nouns or pronouns, and includes any modifiers of the object. Prepositional phrases act as adjectives or adverbs. And you can actually read on page 145 about where I am, follow along about where I am. So going into verbals and verbal phrases, as you learned in chapter 4, verbals are verb forms that are used as other parts of speech and not as verbs. So you can talk about like the verbal phrases. The decision to sell this car is not wise. Securing a job is my immediate goal. The members whispering loudly annoyed the speaker. And then the infinite and infinite phrases, again, you learned about infinities consist of the word to combine with a verb. Infinity phrase is an infinitive plus any object, nouns, or pronouns following the infinitive. To organize, to return, to run, those kind of things. And then you can follow along with those. Okay, we have a checkpoint. Then we go into clauses. Chapter 8, clauses are groups of related verbs that contain both a subject and a verb. Clauses may be independent or dependent. An independent clause meets these requirements, does contain both a subject and a verb, is a complete thought, and can stand alone as a sentence, which appropriately capitalized and punctuated. So here's some independent. Several files are missing. You have a $75 balance. And then a sentence, several files are missing, or you have a $75 balance. So it tells you how you can make it a complete sentence with a period and punctuation, and how it can be an independent clause without it being a complete sentence. And then you also have a dependent clause. Does contain both the subject and verb, is not a complete thought, and cannot stand on its own. So like when Isabel plays the piano, what happens? If we sign by March 11th, what happens? It's not a complete thought. We're kind of missing something, which we're missing a subject and a verb. It's not a complete thought. We're not missing a subject and a verb, but it's not a complete thought. Cannot stand alone as a sentence. So you can't punctuate it. You can't make it you can't give it a capitalization and make it a independent sentence. So it goes on to say how you can do that. And then, so it's a little bit of review of what you've learned in the chapters before. Complex sentences you've learned about, parallelisms, is new to us. It means the sentence is balanced because coordinating conjunctions or correlative conjunctions join grammatically equal sentence elements, and the following examples joined elements are in italics. So it's not parallel, and then it's parallel. So you can read both of those examples. And then you're at the end, and you can answer those questions for your assignment. So I hope that helps you with your chapter this week. Good luck in your quiz, and also, just on your quiz. I hope you have a great week, and let me know if you have any questions. Talk with you soon.